Hey everyone, welcome to the XRPL Commons podcast. Cassie Hirsch here, Director of Content at Commons. And today we are going to continue our series of reading articles from the latest community magazine, The Future of DeFi. And I would like to welcome today in the studio my colleague Vera Radeva, who is the Education Director at XRPL Commons. Welcome, Vera.
Hello, Cassie. Thank you for the invitation.
With a background in international relations and child protection, Vera brings experience in academia and international policy to leading our Learn pillar, supporting blockchain education across universities and research institutions worldwide. So let's get into it, Vera. Tell us about your background.
Thank you, Cassie, and hello to everyone who's listening. Well, I'm originally from Bulgaria and moved to France about 20 years ago for studies. I trained in international relations, specialized in child protection, earned a master's at London School of Economics, and a PhD in political science. I've taught at Sciences Po Paris for the last 10 years and previously worked at the OECD on anti-corruption in the global relations team.
So I hear you've been very busy, and that's a very impressive international background that you have. So what experiences do you bring into your role at XRPL Commons?
Well, all these multidisciplinary degrees actually taught me how to dig deeper and unveil different types of connections. Teaching and working in international organizations showed me how institutions operate. However, the academic change is very slow, but higher education strongly shapes long-term thinking. That perspective is essential to me, especially when working with academic partners in this emerging field.
Absolutely. And tell us, why did you join XRPL Commons?
Well, that's a funny story and one of these that shapes your life forever. I met David when XRPL Commons was still being built. I'm not a tech nerd, as you might have seen already, so it was outside of my comfort zone, but the direction and values were very convincing. What ultimately mattered for me was the people involved, the nonprofit approach, and the belief that technology could serve broader social impact.
Absolutely. And Vera, why is education such an important pillar?
Cassie, well, universities are complex yet central to shaping future professionals. Unfortunately, blockchain isn't an obvious academic subject yet, making education both challenging and necessary. XRPL Commons tries to adapt to these institutional realities and rather than impose solutions, building trust and collaboration. We bring developers into classrooms, and some of our strongest trainers actually are early career professionals growing within our programs. XRPL Commons also helps shape European blockchain education standards through the International Association of Trusted Blockchain Applications, INADBA, which we actually joined last year as members. We support research through the University Blockchain Research Initiative Network, where we have the opportunity to collaborate with more than 55 research laboratories around the world. Last but not least, last year we launched our first CIFRE research contract with University Claude Bernard Lyon.
And alongside this research contract, we also have a new member on our team. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
We welcomed Mathis Sergent, who started his first year as a PhD student on interoperability last year within XRPL Commons and the University of Claude Bernard in a simultaneous way. I'm very happy and pleased to have him as a research engineer and would like to use this opportunity to thank Professor Parisa Goudius for her trust in this collaboration.
Let's take a step back and look at the big picture. Vera, why do you think students are interested in blockchain?
In the last 3 years, I realized that students are very often ahead of their professors, approaching blockchain with curiosity and critical thinking. There is often a strong value dimension, decentralization, agency, alternatives to Web 2. Students see blockchain not as an end, but as a tool for broader social and economic questions.
That's interesting. And how does your child protection background relate to that?
Well, it pushes me to connect fields that don't naturally overlap. I focus on online child protection, including sexual abuse and AI-related risks, and see potential for blockchain in research and long-term policy responses.
That sounds like very meaningful and necessary work. Moving on to this year, what are you most focused on this year?
2026 will be very exciting. A key priority for us is launching the XRPL Academy, which will be this unified open hub with podcasts and live online libraries. We're expanding training formats from 2-day developer trainings to online programs like the Core Developer Bootcamp launched last year. In June, we're hosting for the first time also a 2-day blockchain research summit in Paris with the University Blockchain Research Initiative and Lyon 1 being present on the field with us, gathering researchers, academics, industry, and EU partners, followed by a published manual of outcomes.
That's right. The Blockchain Research Summit in Paris on June 16th and 17th is just around the corner. It's coming up. If you'd like to join us, then register in the link below. Thank you, Vera, for joining us today, and we look forward to speaking again soon.
Thank you, everyone, for listening. See you soon.
Read more articles and download the full mag on our website. Got an idea for the next mag? Drop us a message on X. Thanks for tuning in.